So tonight, to take us into a glimpse of the future, will be our CEO of the Gig Institute, and he's a very successful business consultant and business owner of many businesses. And he's just been doing a marvelous job, and especially what he's come up with now, I believe it's the culmination of 40 years of preparation for a time such as this. So Gavin, I'm going to stop sharing and hand over to you to start taking us into your session.
Now, I'm sure you guys can see that. And for those of you that have been around for a while, I did the same, or this piece of the presentation I did in June last year, where I was looking at the future and saying, hey, things are going to change. I didn't realize it would cause, a virus would cause the change to happen a hang of a lot quicker. But anyway. So basically what I'm saying is the future's already here. We just got to participate. And there's some negative stuff as well. I mean, South Africa, prior to our enforced isolation, lost about 83,000 businesses in 2007, and that number has been consistent since 2007, sorry. And that number is sort of consistently ticking over. In fact, lately, a lot more businesses are deciding to shut down because of what's happening. But essentially, a couple of the big culprits. Business red tape, to me, is one of the biggest culprits. It's getting silly. The compliance laws and all that sort of stuff are getting stupid, especially for small business. Crime is also a problem, and crime is not, they're not bad guys out there. Essentially, our bad education system has caused people to not be able to get a job because they're not skilled properly, and therefore they're hungry. And as a result of that, a lot of them resort to crime. And unfortunately, businesses are at the front line of receiving the effect of that because they're open and there's stuff in their shops that people need or want, especially basics like food and clothing and that sort of stuff. And then mass immigration from South Africa. A lot of people that I know, that I grew up with, that I went to varsity with, that I graduated with, are gone. They're in other countries. And then the most important contributor, the digital revolution. I think this has been sneaking up on people, and an awful lot of people have said, you know what, I don't really understand technology, so I think I'll stay away from it because things are okay as they stand now. And the last week has proven those people have got their butts kicked because they've had to learn really quickly that technology is what you can use to stay connected in a disconnected world, a physically disconnected world anyway. The important thing is we've learned as well in the last couple of days that today's workforce is mobile, and the Wi-Fi and cloud computing allow that. And people don't have to be at work to work. I know my wife, who works for Bank South Africa, has had, I think, an average of 4 online meetings a day, every day since the shutdown started. And I know last week, Thursday, there were 30 people in the one meeting she was in. So these guys are still going for it. Unemployment rates by country are actually quite interesting as well, because essentially what this correlates to is the fact that those countries that haven't adopted a digital lifestyle to any great degree are the guys that are suffering the most. And in fact, if you look down at South Africa, there it's that sort of reddish color, which means we have an unemployment rate of 25 to 30%. That's very high. We're beaten by places like Spain and some of the countries in the Middle East. But the rest of the world are doing a hang of a lot better than us, including the rest of Africa. They're doing extremely well. So we need to catch a wake up here. And in fact, I think our biggest problem is, and I repeat this often, our education system is no good. The question is, what skills do you need that are going to matter. And they're going to matter even sooner than I thought they would. And I've listed them there. And these skills are quite interesting. It's creativity, persuasion, collaboration, adaptability, cloud computing, video production, sales leadership, digital marketing, time management, especially to personal time management, artificial intelligence, people management at a distance, social media marketing, and collaborative communication, particularly online. Now, those skills, I don't know many schools that teach those. And I honestly believe if we haven't got those sort of skills sticking around, or we're developing them, or we're trying very hard to learn how to utilize them, we're going to be left behind. So make sure you get stuck into learning some of those things. So what can we do? Well, that's where it gets interesting. Because what I've done, and I've been working on this for a while, in fact, since November last year. If you go to my website, which is gavinjulyan.com, if you can't remember that, then just Google my name. It's actually quite interesting to see that if you do Google my name, that the first 30 entries on Google are about me. So, and the very first one you will see is, hey, gavinjulyan.com. If you go there, my website, on that website, it talks about all sorts of things, but at the bottom of the first page, I've created a virtual events platform. And if you go to that virtual events platform, what we have is a platform that allows people to do lots and lots and lots of things online. So the guest experience would be that a guest would go to one of these events. They're well organized, there's sponsor management, there's event management, there's all that sort of stuff, but it's all online. There's an online registration form. You get a virtual briefcase where you can take away what you've learned, bought, or want to take away from the event. An information desk where you can find out what's going on and where you need to go to and what you need to click on in order to find these things. An exhibitors directory, in other words, who are the guys that are presenting, who's there, what are they talking about. Exhibitor booths where these guys can actually show you lots and lots of things about themselves and their companies. An auditorium where webinars and presentations are done. Individual presentations for product launches and stuff like that also available. A networking lounge where you can share your business card online and get into discussions. And then a central place, a resource center where you can actually look. If you didn't pick up something earlier, the resource center will have a link to all the things you can pick up, look at, and take away with you. If you want to be an exhibitor or a presenter at one of these events, there's a place you can go to there as well, which is the exhibitor preparation area. And there are two ways you can join this, either as a trade show exhibitor, and we have one coming up. We've got a trade fair on the 20th of June that's being run by the Four Ways Community Chamber of Commerce, or you can have a permanent online presence. We have a virtual mall for that, where you can open your business to the world. In other words, trade for 24 hours a day. Now, if we look at the trade fair, Ivan Anderson, myself, and a bunch of other people are busy putting this together, where we have a virtual trade fair coming up on the 20th of June. There's classes and workshops, live product demonstrations, panel interviews and presentations, and lots of things going on there. And this is still in the progress of being built. But what I have done is put together the virtual mall. And if you go to the virtual mall, what we have here is a virtual mall, open 24 hours a day, every day of the week, every week of the year, etc. And if you want to speak to me, you press that button there, speak to mall management. Otherwise, if you want to know what the mall is all about, you go to the mall information board. And there it is. There's the mall, and there's the little information board, and there's all sorts of interesting things on there. You can do a live chat, which we'll come to just now. You can claim your space on the mall. You can actually browse the mall, or you can go to the coffee shop, which I've called Collateral Coffee, and we're going to go there. Because in the Collateral Coffee shop, you can meet all the new friends, exchange business cards, join group chats, and there's a resource menu, and you can ask for it. And there it is. So on this menu on the left there, you can claim your business space, or you can look at the businesses in the mall. On the right-hand side of the menu, there you can get a digital business card. You can have a live chat. You can look at a product catalog, or you can browse local news. And then at the bottom of these menus, there's all sorts of things. You can book your own regular table, and you want to see what that's about, go to the website and push it and have a look. And you can also chat to me down here. But if we look at browsing the local news, for example, my favorite newspaper comes up, which is the Mail and Guardian, because these guys actually research their stories before they publish them. And there we go. Lots of local news, and you can browse around there and play there, like you would in any coffee shop. Product catalog will come back to, but let's say you want to get yourself a digital business card. You just push there, and guess what? You fill in the questions that are being asked, you save it, and away you go. You end up with a virtual business card. If you want to see what my business card looks like, let's have a look here. There's my business card. Created from that site, and you can share this in all sorts of interesting ways. You can either download the V card and add it to your own contacts, or you can share it by someone just scanning that barcode and it goes into their contacts, or you can share it by email or text message. You can also get involved in a live chat. And the live chat is literally WhatsApp on the web, and you can just join the chat. If you've got WhatsApp on your phone, it joins quickly and easily. If you haven't, you can actually put WhatsApp on your PC, and it installs the app there as well as on your phone if you want to. If you want to claim your business space, guess what? You can have yourself appearing on the virtual mall for a cost of 5,760 Rand a year. That's under 500 Rand a month in terms of rental. And guess what? We help you put everything together so that you look like a real pro when you get onto the online store. There's a lot more to this, and you guys can browse this, and you can start pushing some of the buttons I haven't pushed here to show you. But at any point in time, you can go right back to the beginning and decide what you're going to get involved in. So if you want to go to the trade fair or get yourself as part of the virtual mall, up to you. What I do recommend is, if you've never been online before, start at the trade fair, because what it does is it gives you time pressure to get ready and get things done. Because guess what? On the 20th of June, people are going to be looking at you. If you're not ready, you're going to look a bit silly. If you join the virtual mall, what I find happens is, because there's no time pressure there, people join and then they just don't bother to put anything in their shop. So I'm going to, in the terms and conditions, which by the way are down here, I've said that if you haven't got products in your shop after a month of joining, you get taken off and I keep your money. So I'm putting some sort of pressure on you. Now guys, this is still brand new, but it's ready. So my huge recommendation is get involved in the trade fair, because it'll give you the pressure to actually sit and think about, hang on, what do I really want to put online? And once you've done the trade fair, then join the virtual mall, because the next trade fair that comes along, everything will be ready and you can simply refer to the virtual mall, your virtual mall presence in the trade fair, which makes it nice and easy.